Hey guys, welcome to Southern Florida, and I'm here with Tommy, who's behind the camera.
Hey guys.
And we're going to be taking a hands-on look at this, the 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander, Tommy, and it's one of the only cars in its segment that actually comes with a standard third row. I think the Tiguan, you can have one, but this one is standard, so it's a pretty small car. And at the end of this video, I'm going to try to get my big ass body into the back row, but why don't you give them a walk around first?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander, and it is an all new vehicle compared to the outgoing one. Now let's talk about the style for a second. It is very different than the outgoing one, especially in the front. Now it does have the stacked daytime running light turn signal combo on top of the main high beam.
I remember when the Cherokee did it, and people were like, "Oh my God, I hate the fact that the headlights are below the, the turn signal indicators." And now the Kona does it. And it's become a thing. You know what else is unique about this vehicle, Tommy?
What is that?
You can get it with 20s.
Yeah, that's crazy. You are absolutely right. I think on every trim, it's even an option on the very base trim, 20-inch wheels, which was unusual for the compact crossover segment. Now look at this. I think this is pretty interesting how they spell out Outlander across the front of the hood. That's almost very Land Rover, Range Rover-like, which is an interesting choice.
So here's kind of the funny thing, right? This vehicle competes with the Rogue, but because Nissan and Mitsubishi have a partnership, it's actually based on the Rogue.
As such, they use the same engine. So it's a 2.5 liter four-cylinder mated to a CVT, continuously variable automatic transmission. I think the horsepower rating is somewhere around 181, and the torque should be in that same area as well. One thing that's a little bit unusual, which is crazy to think about, but it has a completely flat roof. So a lot of the new crossovers have kind of a curved or sloping roof, but the Outlander, it's a completely flat line, and that gives it kind of a unique side profile that's very different from other cars in the compact SUV class. So in the rear, we've got this hexagonal shape that outlines the rear tailgate.
So let's see how much room there is behind the third row, because it's a pretty small vehicle. Shall I open it? There we go.
All right, so there we have it. This is the room behind the third row. It's not too bad considering, it's a compact crossover. So we've got our two camera bags located back here, and then some sweatshirts and stuff. And the third row folds flat down into the floor, and then the headrests are removable and store underneath the floor so that they're out of the way completely, which is pretty cool.
Another interesting design thing that's happening recently is, where are the tailpipes, Tommy? Look, where are the tailpipes?
Well, you have simulated tailpipes.
Exactly.
Simulated tailpipes, and I think the real ones are probably, yep, there it is, poking out from underneath.
Yeah, I think powering a car with old dinosaurs has become, don't leave me a comment, I know they're not old dinosaurs, it's just a fun saying, has become not in vogue, so manufacturers are now hiding the tailpipes. But let's look at the inside. I think that's by far the best part of the vehicle. So Tommy, I've got the Monroney right here, and while this car starts at about 25, 26, as configured, ours is $38,590, and that's a lot of money. It's very luxurious in here. Why don't you show them the diamond stitching, the interesting use of colors. I mean, it's a really nice place to spend time. I think the best thing about the new Rogue is the interior, and Mitsubishi has also stepped up their game in terms of the inside of this vehicle.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's the first Mitsubishi ever to have shift-by-wire, which is a pretty cool thing. It's got a full digital instrument cluster on this model. Of course, satellite navigation here. I do just like this a lot here. Let me close the door so I don't get the wind noise. I think this horizontal chrome line that extends the length is a nice design touch. Dual zone automatic climate control, of course, in this one. Heated seats. This one has the heated steering wheel. It's a lot of money, but you get a lot of features.
Yeah, and one of the cool ones you get is, I don't know if you can tell, but I've got a heads-up display right there. You can kind of barely see it right there, and that's a pretty premium feature for a car that's, let's call it, every man-ish or every woman-ish. The other thing I like about this car, and probably one of my favorite things, is this chunky steering wheel. Oh my gosh, this is a pleasure to hold on to. And it does come with, obviously, the complete line of safety gear, including blindside monitoring, lane keep assist, and the usual autonomous braking that is now become standard on many Japanese cars. And I think that's a really good thing, Tommy.
Adaptive cruise control, yep, for sure. Let's see how the infotainment system is. So this looks to be our main screen here. It's looking a little bit a little dated in some ways compared to some of the more modern competition. Just the
I do like the volume knob.
volume and tune knob is a big win, but the overall shapes are a little basic, I would say. It does seem to work pretty.
You have different drive modes, so I can actually show you in there if you show that. It's kind of cool. It's very Ford-esque in some ways. They do the same thing where they kind of show you the car in different situations depending on what the modes are. So that's snow, of course, and that one is mud. So you have mud, snow, normal, gravel, tarmac. Yeah, it's cool.
I do think the seats are excellent. So my favorite part of the interior is just the seat quality and the seat materials. Unfortunately, it only has lumbar support on the driver's side, which is a real disappointment. But overall, I love the seat design, and I think it's very comfortable.
And of course, it's got this massive sunroof now, you know, the full length of the vehicle, which is really cool. And in general, I would say these controls are very intuitive. So I feel like when I get in the vehicle, I don't have to spend a lot of time cracking the owner's manual to actually figure out how everything works, and that is a pleasure because you know, we have this weird thing where we drive a lot of different cars, and so that's good because we can compare a lot of different infotainments and interiors, but it's bad because you have to learn everything. And this one, if I can get into it, if I can figure out like how to switch the radio station or, you know, disable any of the safety features, is always good. So is it that time of the video where you forced me in the back seat?
Yeah, I think it's worth a try. Let's give the second row a look too. Let's see what that looks like. Once again, look at that, the diamond stitching over here on the door panels. I actually think it's a better looking car overall than its Nissan cousin. The interior on the Nissan is just as nice, but I really like this flat roof. I think the front end has got that cool shield design. What do you think of it back here?
You know, like I say, I'm 6'2", and you know, I have good leg room. I am sitting with the sitting position behind myself. You know, I've got plenty of headroom. I like some of these little things. They're pretty cool, right? You can put like a phone in there. It's thoughtful. And yeah, this is a pretty small car, right? It competes with cars like the RAV4. And so let's see how the third row works for a guy who's not meant for small cars, at least not the third row.
If I remember right, Dad, couldn't you get the old Rogue with a third row?
I think it was an option.
Yeah, but I don't think it's an option on the new Rogue. But on the Mitsubishi, it comes standard.
All right. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my. I do like these little windows. I have little portals. My head is certainly not fitting.
Oh, you're not in yet.
God. All right, let's try this.
There you go.
Yeah, but there's no room in the second row, right?
Well, yeah, now this person doesn't have any room. Well, I gotta scoot it back. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, nope, I can't scoot it back. It's all the way against your knees.
I have no place to
Well,
put my
move your
feet.
knees.
What do you want me to do? Chop? Here. Hold on here. We'll make this work. Okay. All right. Scooter back.
Okay, here we go.
Scooter back.
Oh, yes. Now you're in there.
There we go. Yeah. So I do fit, but you know, if you've got kids, or let's say like we have Blaze, our Bernese mountain dog, then I think he'd like it back here. But if you're, you know, an adult, you probably will not be happy back here. Can you let me out, Tommy? We can wrap this video up, please.
Sure, we'll see how you get out. Side curtain airbags.
You're gonna let me out the small side, aren't you?
Yeah, probably the small side. There you go. No problem.
Hold on.
It's like origami. All right, well, he's working. What did you do? What is this situation you've gotten yourself into? It is a small back seat, I think it is worth saying. Now, let us know what you think of the Mitsubishi Outlander in the comments below. I think it does include some really stylish design cues and a nice interior. It's also pretty expensive, and the third row is tight.
Yeah, Mitsubishi's Playland there comes at no additional charge. The only one of its segments. You know, Tommy, we're gonna have to get behind the wheel for more than an hour to actually give you a full review. This has been kind of a hands-on, feet-on early look. Let us know in the comments below. We posted a little TikTok video to our new YouTube, our new TikTok channel, and people were like, some liked it, some were like, hey, I didn't know Mitsubishi was still around. So we'd love to get your opinion. What do you guys think? As always, this is Roman.
Yeah, and Tommy, check out TFLcar.com for the latest and greatest in third row reviews. One more look at it. There you have it.